Welcome to my classroom. Hope all of you are fine. Please wash your hand and wear a mask and stay positive. Today I will explain about switch case. Switch case statement in Java, which is very much important. So let's start. What is switch case? If you already know what is if-else, then easy to understand what is switch case. It is the alternate of if-else. So switch case statement is a multiple branching statement. In a if-else, there are two branch, yes or no. That means true or false. If you want to give more condition, then you have to use one nested if else. Inside one if there is another if, and inside that if there is another if, like this. But this problem can solve in switch case. In switch case, there are not only two branching, here is multiple branching. Multiple branching means at a time you can give lots of conditions, and according to that one particular task is executed out of a number of tasks as per the user choice. There are number of tasks, there are number of options given. As per user choice, any particular task is executed out of the number of tasks. This is the switch case statement. So here we can use multiple conditions, and from these multiple conditions we can execute any one according to our choice. Switch case, let's come with an example of switch case, then it's easy to understand. Always example makes one thing easy to understand. Suppose you take one integer type variable n using scanner class, using nesting you take n, and n should be from 1 to 4 any number. N may be 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. So user can enter any number from 1 to 4. Any number user can enter. So you have to write down switch, S in small letter only. Then inside bracket you use that particular variable. Here you can use any integer type variable or character type variable, nothing else. Only integer or character. No float, no double, no string you can use here. So you can use any integer or character, remember that. So I am showing you using one integer type variable. In my later videos, when I will explain the switch case program, then I will show you how to use here character type variable also. Nothing to do, just use one character type variable. If n is a character type variable, then just use the variable name. So here I am using one integer type variable, and n value may be 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4. When you take the value of n, then give one message that please enter a value from 1 to 4, any one value. Then here in my program, if someone provides you 1, then it is case 1. Case 1, then colon. Case all in small letter, and 1 you don't put inside code, because when we use character, then you have to put inside one single quote. But it is number, so don't put it inside a quote. Then if it is a case 1, then I want to print that it is good morning. If someone give us 2, then it's good afternoon. It show good afternoon. If someone press 3 or give 3 as input, then it show good evening. And if someone press 4 or give 4 as input, then it shows good night. So according to user choice, whatever user is pressing the number, according to that it shows the message. This is the program. So here with each and every case you have to write down what you are going to do exactly. And at the here I just want to print one statement. So you, according to your problem, you do your solution inside the each and every case. And for each and every case I include one break statement. You can watch it. That case 1, after executing whatever I want, there is a break statement. Then case 2, printing statement, then break again. Case 3, break again. Case 4, break. So what is the use of break statement? I will explain it later on. And another thing, at last I use one default statement, system.out.println wrong choice. What is the use of this default statement? That also I will explain here only in this video later on. So I think, and all this switch is inside one single bracket. Here bracket, opening bracket, here is closing bracket of switch. But after each and every case there is no bracket. Here is semicolon, not, here is colon, not semicolon. I again want to mention that here is colon, not semicolon, and each line is terminated with semicolon. That is the common for Java program. So this is example of switch statement. Just you write down switch, and inside that you take one input from the user. According to that input you can print message for they can better understand that what they are enter, what they are supposed to enter. Here they can enter any number from there are 4 choices, 1, 2, 3, 4. According to their case, if it is 1, then case 1, go to for case 1. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, that much. In each and every cases I have written that message, and with each and every case I have written one break statement, and at last I have written one default statement, and with default statement there is no break statement. Now let us explain, let me explain what is the use of this break statement and what is the use of this default statement, which are very important. Now before that I want to tell you the other name of switch case. Maybe in your exam switch case, instead of switch case, it may be called menu driven program. Write a menu driven program, then you should understand that they are asking for switch case. So menu driven program is another name for switch case, and another name is user's choice. So you have to do this using user choice. So instead of switch case or instead of menu driven program, they use this term user choice. Then you can understand that you have to do this particular program using switch case only. So other two name of switch case are menu driven program and user choice program. Okay, then come to next slide, which is explaining break statement. What is the use of break statement? Each case ends with a break statement. You already see in my previous slide, which acts as a terminator and the control comes out of the block. Suppose someone press case number 2, then there is a break statement, so it don't goes to case 3 and 4. It terminates the switch case from there and it coming out from switch case statement. So if there is no break statement, then it also executes the other cases. Okay. So again repeat, if suppose case someone choose case 1, then after just executing case 1, as soon as it executes case 1, there is a break statement. So it breaks this block, that means it switch block, and it comes out from the block because it already execute what it we want to execute. Okay, so always use break statement. Then as soon as you get your desired case, after execution of your desired one, then the control coming out from that block. Then default statement. At last you have to write down default statement. Suppose you are asking for any number from 1 to 4, but someone give you 5. Then what happens? So that is the use of default statement. Then you have to show one message that wrong input. If someone give you any input which is not in your cases, then you have to show one message. That's why it is default case, default, and you just print one message that please give one correct input or wrong input, like this. Then if any of the cases is not matches, then it go for default case. So the default statement is executed only when the switch value does not match with the case. It does not require any usage of break statement because it is the last statement, so automatically it's coming out you use break or not. Then come to next important point, which is fall through. Very much important point, fall through. Fall through means if you are not using break statement after each and every case, then it enters into another case for execution. This process is known as fall through. If you don't use break statement, then after case 1, it also enters in case 2, then case 3. So after executing a particular case, it's not coming out. So this condition is called fall through. Then come at the last section of my video, which is differences between switch and if-else. So here is a switch and here is a if-else. First point is it results in int or char type value. In the starting of my video, I already explained that in switch, in example I have explained that in switch, inside bracket you can take any integer or character type variable only, not float or not any string or any double type variable. And it results in a boolean type because in if-else it returns, when you write down if and they give any condition, it returns true or false. Then the second point is it cannot handle floating points. It only handles integer type. Floating points mean float or double, it cannot handle. But if else can handle floating number or integer as well as characters also. Number 3 point is specific case is operated for a given switch value. So if you have lots of cases, only a particular case is operated here. And if else, for true or false condition, either of two blocks are operated. Here maybe more than one blocks are operated depending on true false condition, but here only one block or only one case is operated out of the number of cases. Then number 4 is it can only test for equality. So if the number whatever given by user, if it is equal to your any of the cases, then only it runs. It can work with all relational or logical operators. That means here you can check if n is greater than 1 or less than 1 or less than equal to, greater than equal to, not equal to. So different relation or logical operators is used here. Here is only can check equal or not with your inputted value. No default operations. A default case is applied if case is not available for a given switch value. Then Thank you. I want to thank you for watching my video.